Previously on the Pallet Wood cabin build, we continued to lumber in the recycled pallet wood by hand. The pallets themselves have been broken down into usable pieces of wood. With the main structure for the cabin now complete, we could begin to focus on the smaller items such as furniture. Using some larger pieces of pallet wood, we bolted together a frame for the raised bed. We then used more pallet wood to make the bed slats. Dad also built a headboard and a few other things to give the bed a more aesthetic look. Now that we have put the bed in, it really is starting to feel like a tiny home. But we didn't stop there. Using his creative, albeit slightly bonkers brain, Dad came up with the idea of building a corner bookcase from reclaimed pallet wood. I was sceptical at first, but once he had pieced it together, it fit perfectly in the cabin at the end of the bed. Our focus then turned to heating the cabin. Piecing together the stovepipes, we gained a rough idea of how and where it would fit inside. We drilled out a hole in the roof to fit the stovepipe through, which we will later seal. We then took a break for lunch and cooked up some food on the stove. At this point, I must thank you, the viewer, for continuing to follow and support us on this father and son project. Join us now for episode 6, where we will build a step and chair for the porch and some more pallet wood furniture for inside the cabin. Well guys, welcome to another video of the Pallet Wood cabin. We're here at base camp. We've just boiled water, if you can see it there, on the Swedish firetorch. What do you think, Dad?
I was really impressed. It didn't take very long at all.
It's unbelievable.
It was really effective. It's been in my greenhouse about 5 months drying out.
Yeah, we've had it, we've done one before on TA Outdoors. We've done a few, but we did one before. Just didn't burn as well, and that's because we lit it basically inside the wood itself. But I did a bit of research, and a lot of guys were saying light the fire on top of the Swedish fire torch. That way all the embers and things burn down and it just dries the wood as it burns down, which makes sense, I guess, but much better doing it that way. And let me show you, it's absolutely roaring. This has only been going, what, probably an hour, no, 40 minutes?
Half an hour, if that.
Half an hour, 40
minutes.
minutes.
Back on there. I bet that won't take long to boil again. There's a little bit of water left in there.
It's so hot, it's unbelievable. So hot.
So that's been on there maybe a minute, no more. And you can see the old puffing billy is pumping out that steam. I'm surprised it hasn't actually blasted that off. It's going so well. Of course, I've now got to clean the kettle, but man alive, that is absolutely brilliant. And another thing, you can leave it alone. You haven't got to constantly feed it. You just get it going once, leave it for whatever it takes, a couple of hours.
Well, that's the thing. You're using it for heat and cooking at the same time.
Even here, you can't put your hand over the top. It's too hot.
But unlike a campfire, which you have to maintain. Look, we've lit that. That's been 40 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
And that will go for another at least 2 hours.
Yeah, burn itself out.
And we don't have to do anything to it. We just leave it.
That's hot to about there.
Tell you what, guys, we'll leave this till dark, till it gets dark, and we'll see what happens.
I'm just going to show you what we've been up to. We're just going to have this cup of tea as a break.
And then we'll show you.
We've only come for an afternoon. That's all we've come for, because it was 12 degrees below last night.
Yeah.
And this was like, I don't know, permafrost in England. Hampshire permafrost, which I don't think I've known for about 10, 15 years.
The Ice Age.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not that old. This is all like soft peat. It's absolutely concrete. In fact, walking over it, it's sort of hollow sounding. It's peculiar.
It's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen solid. You can see all the ice in there. And tonight they forecast rain coming in, so it'll be dangerous ice. By which time we'll be out of it, but hopefully we'll have finished the chair. Mike's going to show you the bench we're making for the veranda.
What you doing, Dad?
Well, just finished the bolts. All made out of pallet wood reclaimed. These are the joists that we just cut up just now for the pallet wood. But rather than just use nails, I've actually drilled and put like coach bolts through here. Make it a little bit stronger. It's not going to move anyway. And I'm just tightening up the bolts and putting on some supports around the sides here. And then we can actually put the seat, what do you call them, rungs? Seat rungs? What do they call them?
Slats or something?
The other thing we're suffering from is cold battery syndrome.
Yeah, it's killing the camera as well.
You guys, it's killing the cameras. The batteries are dying. And I charged these up just before I came out. But thank God I've got the spanner, because I can tighten everything with the spanner.
This is our kind of pallet wood bench, really, isn't it?
This is going to be our pallet wood bench. It's all reclaimed. They're just old bolts. I haven't paid anything for anything at the moment.
We're still on the free.
Yeah, we are totally on the free. Now, I think all I'm going to do now, that Swedish fire torch is looking after itself.
Still cooking away, yeah.
Yeah, I think we just put this. Put the slats on before it gets dark. That's the front one. Are we going to rest these or nail them? Yeah, just rest them all on there and then pick the top one off. They should all be level. Alright, and the back one should go in. They shouldn't, because I'm going to put a faceplate. Yeah. Literally.
Oh, I see, yeah. Cool.
Across there.
Oh, look at that.
My God, it's almost neat.
It's almost like a professional did it.
It's almost like it's made out of pallet wood.
Still boiling, and that's hours later. No flame there, no flame at all, just embers, and that's still hot enough to boil. Yeah, buddy.
trust it. He trusts the old man's work.
That's neat. Pallet wood bench there. So
Nice.
we're on our porch. We're going to call it a porch, whatever, veranda. And you've measured it the right width to fit this.
Yeah, so it
to
fits.
fit this porch.
Go just past the door, we'll move it out that way a bit. Put it over that side if we want. Would depend
Yeah.
where the sun's coming round and where we're going to film from as
Probably
well.
not used so much in the winter, but still, it's another pallet wood project, guys. Anyway, the
Exactly.
idea is we're trying to sort of use, as we've said in previous videos, is as much pallet wood as possible, reclaimed or recycled pallet wood. Obviously, the roof, we know it's at the different angle, but it's all we had from recycled materials. We've paid nothing so far, and we've had so much rain, and the cabin is dry. So, look, it works. At the end of the day, it's not practical. It's not a practical roof.
We're not living in it.
But it works. Yeah, we're not living in it. I'll be doing some overnighters in it for sure, because we've got the bed now, and we've tested out the stove in there. So definitely easily be able to do a few nights in it.
Yeah.
We've still got a lot of stuff to do inside to, well, chink it really and get it warm.
Yeah,
haven't
that's
we? 'Cause
another
there's
job.
Lots of jobs to do.
And I want to try and get a bit of a step started tonight before that frost comes back, because it's getting cold now and we're losing the light.
Well, we're a few hours later. It's getting dark now, guys, on the camera, and the Swedish firetorch, as you can see, doesn't really have an ember at the moment, which is fine because it's still pumping out some heat, and you can see it glowing there. It's got some good coals. So I'm just going to test this. I've not really done this before, but I've just got a load of twigs here, dry twigs, which I've just snapped off of fallen trees. These are birch, and ironically, birch on birch. This Swedish firetorch is made up as wood birch as well. Just going to shove them in there. Never done this before, and just see if they'll catch light again, because I reckon that's hot enough. Dad's soaring away for the step, and I'm just being that annoying kid that does stuff other than work. That is awesome. Try the other side. Hey Dad, I got it going again with twigs. That's just from the ember. What do you think? That was going out, wasn't it? Like,
Well, I think we could get the kettle on it, but there's nowhere for it to balance.
No, it's gonna fall off. But
yeah, but I mean that will burn.
that was. Did it look like it was going out? And then it's just got so many embers.
Yeah. You cooled yourself.
Such
did it?
hot. No, I had to add some oxygen. But look at that.
Yeah, but I mean you didn't light it again. It's going.
No, didn't light it. Just look at that. That's
Even this.
That's just twigs on top. It's starting to fall apart now, guys. That's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Yes. Sometimes I think on the rocket one they had a hole in the side, like an intake. Smoked out. Whew. You can see it is starting to fall apart now. We've lost a bit there, but those twigs, they've helped to actually just catch it again. Now we're roaring. You love that saw, don't you, Dad?
Yeah. I do love this saw.
Yeah,
It's using that I don't love.
I feel I'm losing that.
I've beaten Joe Robinette's chopping time.
Joe's super fast.
You're so far.
Yeah. You do your elbows in, Dad.
Just going to put some DPC on there, make the step last a little bit longer. Keeps the damp off, that's what it's for. I'm just going to tack it on. Well, this is a bit of DPC I'm just putting on the underneath of it. It just creates it, make it last a little bit longer. It's taken me all of 20 minutes to make. It really doesn't matter, it keeps the damp off of the wood. But of course, the idea of it is to make a bridging zone, and what really happens is, if it was a long-term project, the hole I'm making with a nail through the DPC would defeat the object of it. There we go, a bit of DPC on it, make it last a little bit longer. I'm not really bothered, because at the end of the day, we can easily replace it, but it's a step up. Step up in the world. And that hopefully will
Hot,
give us
hot.
a melted coat.
Yeah.
Done, level, just double check.
Yeah, we're spot on.
Sweet, and the other two can go in.
Whoop.
Cat-like reflexes. He's a goalkeeper at school, that was, folks.
Was that when you were in the SAS as well?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's good.
So, hinges. You won't be doing that when the battery's out.
Yeah.
So, we're going to go here.
Do you need
This
to
will
be
be tricky to mark, yeah. You hold that. You've got that there.
Yeah, I've got it, yeah. I get to put the pencil down there.
Ready, pencil. I'll shoot a screw straight in.
Alright.
Well, I can tell I can't get near this.
It's so hot, isn't it?
Woo, hammer. Right, just lower it slowly.
Oh. Oh.
That's sweet. That's
Look-
art.
look
That's art.
at that.
Let's get the other screws in before it falls to bits.
Quick.
Slow it slowly, then we've got to work out the legs.
Legs. Oh, just have a rest of that hard work.
Yeah, it's pretty tough holding that piece of wood, guys. These are absolutely free porch lights. You could be off in the dunny somewhere, come back and get lost in the dark and eaten by a kangaroo. But these are made out of, obviously, jam jars. I used copper wire, unwound the flex, because I thought, well, that's not going to rust, and I thought it was quite in keeping. I used a key ring at the top here to slot over this piece of angle bracket, slotted in there. At the bottom I've got, because don't forget they're domed, the bottom of the jam jars, I've got a piece of hardboard in there with blue tack, trying to get it level, because the heat comes up here, shouldn't crack the glass. In fact, the glass is barely warm, not even warm. In the bottom there you can use something like a little baking foil or something like that, put the candle in there, and in that one I've actually made a piece of coat hanger wire, because how are you going to get the candle out? As you can see, I can lift the candle out like that. Now you guys might come up with some better ideas on that to make that sort of more rigid in there. I like this coat hanger wire because you can lift out. You know, I've got the same there, that one. They're all burning nice and straight, but that's sort of a bit fiddly. So maybe you guys look at that and think, it'd be better if you did whatever. Because, you know, I've just made this totally up myself. A nice pair of porch lights. Well, can't wait for it to get dark.
Guys, this is our chair. We've got a wide angle lens on the camera, so hopefully you can see this all at the moment. So Dad's put this chair together. I have to admit, I think it's really neat. Some of you, before we talk about it, some of you might think, well, hold on, that's really narrow. Are these bits going to dig in your back? No. But they're curved up here to allow for that. And actually, it doesn't dig in your back at all because it's down by your kidney area, and it's probably quite good for your posture.
It's not bad, is it?
It's quite good for your posture. But what we could do is just whack a pillow there, and that would eliminate the, you know, that digging into your back. But I'm pretty impressed, Dad, I've got to admit.
Yeah, it's a good one, it's a good one. And because if you're sitting there, don't forget there's a lot of people said, oh, it's only a potting shed, it's so tiny. Hang on, it's a one-man cabin, and there's 2 men in it, and we've got a bookshelf, a stove,
a bed,
a chair, and also
the folding table. This is probably my favourite piece, Dad. So we've got legs up here, we've got one there, you have that one there. We made hinges, which you saw earlier. We've just put some hinges on here. Yeah. Again, everything is pallet wood at the moment, guys. Everything we've built, obviously bar the stove, is all pallet wood. Free. This lifts up like this. You lock the legs in.
Little notches cut on the bottom, notches cut in the top, and this angle one goes to the top right there. So that way it goes up and just locates around the back and drops in a slot.
Boom.
All done. Put what you want on there. Tools, birth pills, whatever. By the way, we're not junkies.
No.
An old boy left me these, who was unfortunately passed to the other side. I thought he took too many, but he had loads and loads of pills. And he's very handy because he put screws, nails, everything, and he left them all to me. So I've got loads and loads of old screws, nails, everything.
What we've done as well, what we've done with this table is we put it obviously by the window, so we've got plenty of light. So that if we're maybe writing, reading a book, something like that, we've got the natural light from the window to be on here anyway. And obviously it's a bit in the way at the moment, but when you want to get it out the way, just lift the legs out, let it fall down, and then we put the legs up there. So I love this. This is probably one of my favourite pieces of the cabin, and dead simple to make. Dead simple. Anyone could make it.
We're going to have a cook up in a minute, but one job we're going to do, it's all dry in here, because Mike's going to be doing quite a lot of filming in here. We're going to paint this white in here, and that's going to throw a lot of light back, we feel, to help with the camera and the camera's exposure.
Yeah.
So
if you look above my head here, guys, it's dark. It's all dark up there, and that's because it's the tin roof making it really dark. So what we're going to do is paint this underside white to reflect all of the general light that's in here, to reflect it back and make it a bit easier for filming anyway. But stove's nice and warm. We're going to get the boiling water, get the water boiled, and we're going to cook up some food.
And what are we eating?
Oh, you'll have to wait and find out for that one.
Surprise, I'm starving. Right, onions going in. Oh no, it's making me...
Your eyes stinging.
It's making me cry. Right, I've had enough of that. Oh man, that is so much better. No wonder the wife likes wearing these.
What?
It's not funny, these are my wife's.
What are those?
They are onion glasses. I saw them using it the other day.
I would not be seen in public with those.
Don't tell me there's not all these top bushcrafters out there that wouldn't put these on to get a few extra clicks. I'd do anything for a few extra clicks. Anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm joking apart, guys, they're all sealed up. And you Aussie guys will know who I'm talking about. It's Dame Edna Everidge. She used to wear a pair of these. Hello, my darlings. We're going to be cooking in Australia today. We're going to be having kangaroo pie with onions. And of course, I'm wearing Dame Edna's glasses. If you don't watch Dame Edna or you're too young for that, trust me, he always talks with his voice in an Australian accent. Pipe is really hot, guys. What is that? Ow! Jesus, wet. I touched that with my finger.
Yeah.
And listen, if people picking things up, that's what this wire is for, to dissipate the heat.
The spring, yeah, it's clever.
Even on the screw, it's so clever.
Yeah.
Look, I can hold that. It doesn't burn me. I can hold that. It doesn't burn me.
But the pipe.
Do not touch that. I'll just apply some more skin. Yeah, there it's on.
Yeah. Boiling.
And it's boiling already.
Good to go, Dad.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah. Kettle's boiling away. Burgers, bit of melted cheese, onions. Got some HP. I think
the
you
brown
guys
sauce.
in America call it A1.
A1.
A1 sauce, I think you guys have. That's our version of A1 sauce. Is HP. Right, that's a good one. That's the best one.
Do you have HP on it, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Now, should we put the sauce on the bread at the top or actually over the cheese?
Everywhere. Yeah, onions are pretty well cooked. Awesome.
Onions are amazing.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That's a big bad burger, boy. Right, while we're eating this, people, it's not quite a theory, it's an inquiry. We built all this from pallet wood. The word wood, in I believe Canada and America, you guys use the word, I'm going down the lumber yard. Okay, I can live with that. And when you carry it around, you call it lumber. In England, we say timber.
Yeah.
And yet, when you guys out in the forest cut down those real giant trees, what do you shout? Timber.
Ah.
You shout in English. They don't go,
Lumber.
lumber! And the other thing I want to know is, in England we go, oh, it's a really rubbish job. I've really got lumbered with that.
Yeah.
Is that lumbered, the word lumbered, to do with the fact that, like, we were carrying all this timber in here? Is it years ago, before they'd invented horses and the circular wheel, the humans carried around the wood on their shoulders, lumber on their shoulders, and the word lumbered, oh, I really got lumbered with a bad job. Where does it come from?
That's a good point. Cheers, guys. Got the old. I've got mine in the G stove. Not only is the stove awesome, look at this cookser. Don't know if that's going to focus, but a G stove cookser. I think that's quite impressive, isn't
Has
it?
it got two finger holes there as well?
Yeah, so it's got two little finger holes there. This is the first cookser I've had with two holes actually, but yeah, G stove cookser. The guys at G stove sent me that one, so thanks so much, guys. Eventually, we might do a different type stove thing in here, but we don't know yet, so we're just going to take it as it comes. Like Dad says, we're running out of light, so we're going to try and paint the top of the roof white.
Yeah.
We've still got to seal the gaps and the holes. We know. We
Yeah,
know.
we forgot everything. We had so
Yeah.
much to do today, and it's those short winter nights,
Yeah.
or days that get straight into darkness. Sure, we could work another hour, but we can't film it for you. And part of the fun of this is filming it and basically watching all the mistakes we make.
Yeah, but on a serious note, take what you can from it. And you know, we've had the series has blown up much bigger than we ever expected. So we're really grateful for that, and thanks for the guys that watch it. But we've had a couple of questions I just want to address. A lot of guys have said, can you tell us how many pallets have you used for the project? The answer to that is we're not going to say just yet because we're still building things. So we might as well wait till the end of the project, and then we'll be able to say roughly how many pallets we've used.
Yeah.
And the other thing we get is, can you send us the dimensions of the cabin? Now, we did do that in a previous video, but we'll send you the dimensions of the porch and everything. We'll do something on the dimensions later on again because we've got a few more additions to add to it.
Exactly.
We
We come up with something just now.
Yeah, we're thinking already. But any suggestions you guys would add to this one-man cabin? It's just a one-man cabin. There's two of us sort of building it. It's a father-son
Two of us in
project.
it.
Well, it's a father-son project. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. So another thing I just wanted to mention is this is a playlist. This is an ongoing series, and I've created this on my channel. I've created this Pallet Wood cabin playlist, so you can go back to episode 1 and start, like Dad says, from us just raking leaves here in the woods, and go all the way up to this current episode and probably a few more episodes. If you want to watch that, there's a little eye in the top of the screen somewhere, and you can click that, and that will take you to the playlist. If not, go into the show more section in the video description below, and there's a link to the full Pallet Wood cabin playlist as well.
And fishing.
Oh, and fishing.
Don't forget the fishing.
Dad actually has his own YouTube channel. I know a lot of you guys absolutely love Dad, and you always say to me, keep putting your dad on the show. I try to as much as possible. Dad has his own YouTube channel called TA Fishing. Again, click the little eye up here or link in the video description below. Everything you could ever want to know really about fishing, especially for beginners and getting kids into fishing, isn't it?
Well, and Mike says I do nothing with it except mess around, catch the fish, film it, do a bit of editing. Mike does all the rest. I do not run that whole channel myself, I can assure you. I wouldn't know how to. I don't do the social media. People think I do. I don't do it.
No.
Mike does both channels really.
But what people don't realise is obviously the amount of effort that goes into it as well. That's a week. Dad's doing weekly, 2 episodes a week at the moment, but we might go back to weekly on there. But that actually started. TA Fishing was way before TA Outdoors.
Yeah.
We started that channel back in 2011, I think it was. And that was just a bit. If you guys are interested and you wanted to know, that's how I became onto YouTube. Is I set Dad up a YouTube channel because I wanted it to go along with his website, which I set up. Because he's formerly a writer, aren't you?
Yeah, journalist, fishing journalist.
Fishing journalist. So he's been fortunate enough to travel all over the world and write fishing articles, and he knows pretty much everything there is to know about fishing. But that's what it was for, is to give Dad some video footage for his website. You ended up getting completely hooked on the videos.
Oh yeah, because it's easy for you. I've done photography for 40 odd years. Stills, all the different magazines, done about 42 magazines, 16 books.
Yeah.
So I was well familiar with the other side of the camera. So to go to video, well man, it's so easy. You don't wait for one shot. It's a continuous roll of footage, but yeah, I like it. I mean, it keeps me off the streets. Yeah, go and get cabin fever soon, boy. Been in there so long.
This has been I'd say our best project yet. And the fact that we're doing it together has been even better. So
we had a laugh. We had a real laugh.
It's been a lot. And people say, do you argue? We bicker. But we're not sort of full on arguments, but we are fortunate really that we both get on.
Listen,
so
we
well
both have
together.
different ideas. He's a different generation to me,
Yeah.
and all you older guys know, of course.
You're
guys,
not.
We're right.
I knew you'd say that. I
We're
knew
right.
you would say
We're right.
that.
There's no question. Trust me, guys. If there's anybody over 50 out there, and I'm well over 50, I'm out of the ballpark. Get back on my side of the oldies. Look, they might have the strength. Who's got the knowledge?
No, I have to admit, this has been the brainchild of you. Really, it was your idea.
Just an idea, yeah.
But I've tried to do most of the sort of filming side of it, so I really enjoy that. But it's
Yeah.
been great, and we've got loads to do. So we're not sure if we'll carry on filming today, guys.
No,
If we
good,
don't,
mate.
thanks very much for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. If we do carry on filming, well, you're going to see it in a minute what we're doing anyway.